Hello, my name is Christy Creek, and I've put together a project portfolio to highlight a few tech tools for educators. I'd like to discuss a few pros and cons and the relationships to the ISTE standards. There's a few of them I'd like to go through, so let's go ahead and get started. The first tool I'd like to discuss is Voki. Voki is an online avatar creator that allows you to make a speaking animated character. If you can go through here, it's very user-friendly. It is a free online program. It does have services you can pay for to open up extra avatars or more customization, but the free version allows for a lot of characters. As you can see, you can kind of scroll through and pick different characters. They have odd ones, random ones, and you can get holiday. It's a lot of fun to work with and very interactive. If you can look down here, there's a lot of customizing that you can work with, and it's just a fun tool to use. Teachers can use this to create an introduction of themselves to new students or at the beginning of the year. You can also use it to generate lesson instructions. Students might want to utilize this to create ways to introduce themselves. And maybe they're shy, or just as a fun way to get the class to everyone to know each other. Another way to use this would be for students to create written assignments and turn them into speeches. As you can see, you can type in, or it'll allow you to record your own voice for up to 60 seconds. It is a very fun and creative tool to use. And let's see, I have a project here that we use for introduction.
Hello, my name is Christy Creek. I am in education pre-K through 4th grade with certification major.
It goes on and with the introduction, and it is a very fun and interactive tool to use. The weaknesses of the tool is that it would cost money to create a classroom option for students to generate characters within one application. Otherwise, students could use their own individual emails to build characters. The site does show advertising, as you can see here on the side, but I do think that the tool is very interactive and would be enough to draw the attention away from the advertisements. This tool was very new to me. I had never used it before. I believe it would be a fun tool for students to utilize. I think they would even use it outside of class and kind of create stories and send to each other. It would be a really fun application. The ISTE standards for this, the facilitator fits in regards to teachers creating lessons and learning with technology that models and nurtures creativity and expressions to communicate. Another aspect would be leader, in that Voki may also be a technology that can be utilized for students with diverse needs and providing a platform to communicate. The next tool I'd like to discuss is Piktochart. Piktochart is described as an easy infographic design tool, and it can be used by teachers to generate parts of lesson content, or students can utilize it to create presentations as part of an assignment requirement, or teachers or even school administrations can generate informational handouts for parents or staff. And as you can see, there's a lot of templates here. It is a free program. Of course, with the features, you can pay for extras, but there are a lot of templates that you can work with or even start from scratch. We can click here, use one of these templates, and it's very user-friendly. It's point and click. You can just double click in areas and change and make all kinds of different adjustments, background colors, animated icons. There are really a number of customizable aspects, and you can even upload your own images. The strengths to Piktochart is it's moderately user-friendly. Point and click abilities, you really can't get friendlier than that. A lot of templates and editing options to choose from. Even with this free version, there really are a lot of ways to make Piktochart work for your needs. Some of the weaknesses with the free version, Piktochart utilizes space on every creation to advertise their product. So it's not a big deal, but it does take up some of your printing and advertising space. So one thing I did notice that with building with Piktochart is the utilization of layering objects. I noticed that you really have to build from the background up, and if you want to change something, you have to delete the top content and remake it after changing your background piece. So it really doesn't work with layers very well. As you can see, kind of working here, this part disappears because of in the order it was created, it kind of covers itself up and it makes it difficult. We had used this tool to create a project that made an infographic that took the trends of technology and of gaming in the classroom and display the positive feedback and outcomes. See if we can get a picture here. You see, it's informational, it's colorful, and it does show the information without feeling like it's bombarding you with a lot to read. Not only did I learn about how to use Piktochart as a tool, but I also learned about some of the trends in technology and how they support education and children and in the enhancement of the teaching and learning experience. The ISTE standards that I would include for this would be learner, because the utilization of generation of a project, I was able to stay current with the research and the supports improve student learning outcomes with the teaching and technology trends. Leader, in that the creation of this project that can model the use of tech tools and generate digital resources for learning. Also, facilitator fits in this area because Piktochart can be used to manage the use of technology and students learning with digital platforms. The next tool I'd like to discuss is Screencast-O-Matic. Screencast-O-Matic is described as a fast, free screen recording, and it is just that. It does record your screen and has other options where you can do webcam, or it'll do both, where it'll record your screen and then put a little icon of you presenting your information. The tool can be used by students in combination with other tools such as PowerPoint to create presentations. Teachers can also utilize this to create video assignments or create active learning examples to show how to use other tools and programs. For example, I'm using Screencast-O-Matic for this presentation. With the paid version, there are a lot of other tools and aids that allow for editing and also longer presentations, but I think the free version works pretty well, especially if your presentation's about 15 minutes or less. Some of the weaknesses is Screencast-O-Matic does cost money for the additional editing, and the program does have to be downloaded. While I personally do not see this as a big weakness, some people may not like the aspect. It is very user-friendly. Whenever you open the program, this window does pop up and it looks just like this. You can close this out, make your selections, close it out, and down here you have record and play, pause. And when you pause, you can truncate your previous recordings. So it's recommended you can go through and pause at different points, and you can go back and record over the last part you did. I utilized this tool to create a short presentation on music and life. Let's see if we can load here. And it talks about the memory and just different aspects. As mentioned, the educators and musicians that create songs to help you remember things. Here's an example with the periodic table of elements.
There's hydrogen and helium, then lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon everywhere, nitrogen all through the air.
So it's very user-friendly, and as you can see, it did load up to YouTube. It does work with a lot of social media aspects, Twitter, Facebook, and it does really work well. I learned to use Screencast-O-Matic. It was a completely new technology tool for me, and to experience, I learned that it's a great user-friendly tool. I've had to do other presentations and wish I had known about this program because it is very user-friendly. The ISTE standards to collaborate on this would be for technological tools to use and record lessons and demos, how to use other tools. It can be shared with colleagues and students. As a designer, and the tool can be used to create learning activities and explore, engage, and support learning. Citizens also, in that utilizing this tool can inspire students to contribute and participate in the digital world. It makes them active and actually involved with using technology to create their presentations and assignments. The next tools I'd like to discuss are utilized to create quizzes or surveys or even make discussion forums. They're all very similar and they are all free, very user-friendly online tools that can also track progress for quizzes. So I'm going to kind of run through them pretty quickly. Quizalize is the first one, and when you're at the home screen, you just click I'm a teacher, and it'll bring you up to where you can start making quizzes. It gives you kind of examples that you can lay out or you can start from scratch. And as you come in here, you can give it titles, add new question, and you can have 5 questions, 10 questions, and over here you can realize how much time you want to give them, and you can upload pictures. That's one of the things that are similar with all of these programs, that while they are somewhat customizable with images, the actual design and layout is very limited. Also, with a lot of these programs, you can run through and type in your questions and answers. I've created an example one for historical figures. Let's show it here. Welcome to Quizalize. And here it is. And you show the picture. But the overall, with the backgrounds and things, these aren't things that are customizable. And you select the correct answer, it gives you celebratory stars, and it tells you how long it took. It does keep score, and when you give a wrong answer, it gives you the wrong answer, and then it tells you the correct answer. And one of the negative aspects of these types of online quizzes is that while students may run through the exercises, they might just be clicking answers and not really absorbing the content. This tool is called Socrative, and it is another area where you can build quizzes. In the same manner, you go through and you type in the questions you want. You can do space races where students can compete. You come in through here, you can list all of your existing quizzes, create different rooms for different level classes, and reports that'll tell you scores and things. Here you are, results. And I did create one quiz in here, or no, I have 2, must have copied one. So the life cycle of the frog, and here shows I can go in and edit when you click it. Frogs give birth to live baby frogs. Frogs lay eggs. And it's very interactive. You can upload pictures. Like I said, you can customize it with pictures, but the overall design is very limited. Kahoot is another option. With Kahoot, it's the same sort of premise. You can create quizzes, jumbles. Here's where you can do surveys and discussion boards. So Kahoot is very popular. I know at the school I substitute, they utilize Kahoot a great deal, and when they bring it up, the kids are very excited to use the program. I've created a short survey in Kahoot to kind of give an idea of lesson follow-ups. Ask the students questions on how they feel about the lesson that they had just went through. Show you here. So like again, you can give pictures and examples. Do you feel like you understand the lesson? Do you feel that you need to review the lesson again? Just to get an idea of how well the lesson went over and what exactly the students are picking up. He said Kahoot, they're very user-friendly. It's a free program, and it's really fun for the kids. Like I said, at the school I substitute, the students really enjoy using it. Now, I am going through these rather quickly just because they are all very similar in form and function in what they're able to do, and that they're online free programs. I just wanted to kind of cover them real quickly and give an idea of what they look like. This one is Google Forms, and as you can see, there's a number of templates that you can go through and alter, or you can create from scratch. I did generate a quick survey that could be sent out before school starts. This is getting to know you, and the idea is to send this out so that children and students, parents can fill this out before their students start school, so that I as a teacher know what each student likes or dislikes, and I can kind of gear educational plans toward that. I had never worked with any of these tools before, and having the opportunity to generate these quizzes and surveys was very educational. I would recommend going into deeper detail with them to see what best suits your needs. Tech standards for these I would associate with Collaborator, in that these forms can generate data and the results can all be shared with other teachers and students, create competitions. Analyst, in that you are getting the assessments for these right away. The results and the data are very quick. Designer, in the generation and learning activities will align with your content standards. that is all I have for you today, and I thank you for your time. Have a wonderful